Hi everyone, I'm Shalon Allen, and today with me is...
This is Tyler, and today we're talking about Madara Uchiha from the anime Naruto.
Madara!
So he's OP as fuck. He's probably the most OP anime character. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot out there, but he's notable because he's got fucking personality and reasoning behind everything he does.
I mean, everything he does is just G as fuck, really. I mean, Madara is almost a god.
He is a god, like, it's crazy. So we're gonna go through his bio first, and then we'll just go through Madara moments and just everything Madara. That's what the episode's called, Everything Madara. So, let's begin with maybe a quick bio, yeah. I think we'll do a quick bio.
Yes,
I have a lot of fucking notes here. So Madara Uchiha, or the Ghost of Uchiha, was born at a really violent time in the Naruto universe. His clan, the Uchiha, and the Senju clan were constantly at war with each other, and he was the eldest of 5, but all his other brothers died except one, Izuna. And it was probably the only person Madara ever loved. So he was a prodigy. He was born with immense natural chakra, just off the bat, just had chakra out the ass. And his skill at a very young age made him a genius on the battlefield.
Literally.
Like Itachi, like they're pretty close. Like, Itachi was, 14 when he was captain of the Anbu, so, but he was in a war.
Yeah, exactly.
He was, dying, and, people were dying around him and shit. So that's, his really, really young years. And then, during his he didn't really have much downtime, but when he did, he would go sit by a river. And that's where he met Hashirama. And Hashirama was a Senju, but they didn't know at the time, because they knew not to tell each other their surnames, because they assumed, Hashirama assumed that Madara was Uchiha, and he assumed he was a Senju. But they didn't want to fucking kill each other, because they were just trying to chill by the river.
They understood that they could potentially be best friends one day.
Yeah. So they formed, a friendly rivalry by throwing rocks into the river so you can skip it the farthest, taking piss tests to see who can piss the farthest.
A friendly competition, you know.
Yeah. They would skip... Oh, I said that. He chose to end the relationship with Hashirama, though, because he knew one day he would face him on the battlefield, and, he doesn't want to do that with, his best friend, so he cut all ties. And him doing that hurt him so much that, he unlocked the Sharingan there when he told Hashirama to, fuck off, I never want to see you again.
Which is insane.
That's
if you know the Uchiha's past and everything, and what it takes to unlock the Sharingan.
Just a cycle of hatred, and Madara probably had the most hatred of any Uchiha ever. So over the years, they would meet in combat, Madara and Hashirama. They were destined to always be in conflict with each other. But Madara was never able to defeat Hashirama, and Hashirama was never able to kill Madara because he considered him a friend. So once they grew into men, they both became leaders of their respective clans. Madara, leader of the Uchiha, and Hashirama, leader of the Senju. And after the death of Izuna, Madara's brother, by Hashirama's brother, Tobirama, Madara went fucking crazy.
Straight
he just
up
lost his goddamn mind. That was the most heartbreaking shit that he ever experienced.
I mean, and once he finally does realize that his brother's gone, he just straight up confronts Hashirama and
Tobirama. He wants Tobirama dead.
He just straight up goes and gets a Susanoo right there on the spot. That's just OP.
Probably, I mean, as far as we know, the first... No, wait, did Indra?
Yeah.
He had a Susanoo? Okay.
Yep.
But the Uchihas, they didn't know this level of fucking OP-ness, so, when they saw Susanoo, they were like, damn, Madara, holy shit.
What are you?
Using the Susanoo, Madara's vision was deteriorating horribly, and he was practically blind until he took Izuna's eyes. when Izuna was on his deathbed, he told Madara that he could take his eyes, so Madara did. And he got the Eternal Megenkyo Sharingan, which is also OP. He can just use it forever and never go blind. Like, Itachi started going blind because he kept using Amaterasu and everything, and you go blind because you're bleeding out of your fucking eyes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The amount of, like, power it takes to fucking do that shit is crazy. So, what happens next? So after he gets the Eternal Megenkyo Sharingan, he launches one final attack at the Senju for revenge. But he fails. And only after Hashirama offers to kill himself to stop this conflict, because he's tired of seeing his family and his clan constantly die and fight the Uchiha, who their family is constantly dying, because Hashirama is very understanding. And he just wanted end to the conflict, so he offers to kill himself. He says, I'll kill myself if this will make you stop, like, and fuck off and stop trying to kill fucking everyone you see that's not an Uchiha. And this really moves Madara. I mean, that's basically what happens, like, so this moves Madara, like, so much that he actually accepts the peace, and they make peace with each other between Uchiha and the Senju. And that was the beginning of a new era of Shinobi. Before that, it was all
Ravaged villages.
Ravaged villages, like barely any, like there's no real villages even. Like it's just scatters of clans.
People roaming around, basically.
Fighting each other. So soon after that, they created a village where both Uchiha and Senju can live and there to be peace. Madara actually named the village, and that village is Konoha, the village hidden in the leaves, which is the main village in Naruto, is where Naruto's from. So I always thought that was fucking crazy that Madara, like...
Yeah,
when I was reading the manga, and I'm like, he like looks through the leaf, and he's like, the village hidden in the leaves. I was like, Madara named the fucking village?
Yeah,
and
when I first realized that, I was baffled. I was
so
like,
crazy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that. Or the person that's so evil named the village.
Like,
he's
being nice at the time. He's trying to test out peace. He's like, alright, I'll do it your way, Hashirama. But inside, he's got that Uchiha, like, he's just like, fucking, like, hatred, like, bubbling up, and he can't stop it. And Hashirama even asks him to be the Hokage, the first Hokage of the village, and Madara says, no, you're much suited for it because, you know, everyone likes you, you're a nice person and everything. So
they all know he's evil.
Yeah, they don't want fucking Madara, like, fucking leading their village and shit. And that also, they start to clash with their ideals. Hashirama thinks peace can be attained through, cooperating with other villages and other ninjas and just overall cooperation with everyone. Like, don't go to war immediately, don't start fighting immediately, like, use your words. But Madara just thinks crush your enemy, dominate them, and there will be peace, because no one's gonna fuck with you if you dominate them completely, you know what I mean?
Basically imperialize.
Yeah. So through that clash of ideals, Hashirama, you know, he's doing great, he's leading the village, he's trying to find world peace and everything, he's trying to just make the world a better place for his village, and he's not trying to fuck with any other villages. But Madara, in the background, is stirring up some evil shit. And I love that manga panel where he's looking.
Oh my god.
And it says, Madara turns evil.
The face.
the first, well, probably like the first Madara great face, I think, because when he was in the war, he wasn't really...
Yeah, he wasn't too evil.
Yeah, like he was just fighting.
He was fighting for a cause.
So over that, Madara... Also, there's the stone tablet. So the stone tablet is an Uchiha tablet that's been passed down
for generations.
And Madara is the first person
to discover it.
Not only he discovers like the true meaning, like he deciphers it, like there's like a hidden message in it, and what the hidden message is Infinite Tsukiyomi, which he thinks was written by the Sage of the Six Paths on how to obtain true world peace. But we know now that was just Black Zetsu fucking that shit up. Like, just playing him like a fiddle, man.
Zetsu in the background, in the shadows.
forever, since the beginning of ninja history.
Could not believe that at all.
So
That's a whole different episode.
So Madara leaves, and he comes back with the Nine-Tailed Fox under his control to challenge Hashirama. And they fight, you know, it's a fight to the death. And it's definitely one of the highlight moments in Naruto, for me at least. Like,
definitely.
Like, after the Pain Saga, like, it was pretty stagnant, nothing was happening, and then you start learning about Madara and Hashirama. These two characters that, for one, I think Madara was only named. You never see him. I think they just, like, I think someone's, like...
Literally a ghost. The ghost
like
of
the
Uchiha.
ghost of Uchiha. Like,
yeah.
I think they just mentioned Madara by name. But you see Hashirama, you know, the third fights him with Orochimaru. You know, obviously they're going to talk more about him because he was the first Hokage. But when you see, like, them actually, like, a fleshed out arc of them, like, it's crazy.
When they expand on it, it's...
Susanoo Nine-Tails.
Oh
like,
my god. So that's probably one of my favorite moments, like you're saying. One of the highlights of the battle is when he comes with the Nine-Tailed Susanoo and straight up just is so evil at that point, and Hashirama even
to the very end.
Yeah, he even like sits there and says, "Wow, Madara, you are crazy. You're insanely smart for covering the Nine Tails with the Susanoo. Like, that's a level of intellect that is insane."
Yeah. But Hashirama got Sage Mode.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like the cheat code for Naruto. Like, it's like up, down, down, BA square, like, or whatever. No, it's up, down, down, left, right, BA star. And Hashirama beats the game, like. But, so what happens? They fight him, he fights him, and then they do, so he summons the 1,000 palm wood statue.
Yep.
And then they come at each other, and then they're both down. They're pretty much out for the count, but they have just enough
energy.
And Madara stabs Hashirama. Turns out to be a wood clone. Hashirama comes up behind him
and takes him from the back, which never happened before.
Right? Kills him.
So we think.
One of 3 times that he dies.
I was looking at a meme the other day, and it was like the only ninja who's died 3 times, Madara Uchiha.
So that was our
little biography.
That was our extremely detailed biography. It's not even extremely detailed, but so like now we'll go into basically how he leads up into like the end of Naruto. If you've never seen Naruto, I mean, you probably have no idea what the fuck we're talking about, or these names that we're saying, or anything. But if you're interested and you're like, who is this Madara character really? I mean,
definitely check him out.
You definitely, like, if you sleep on Madara, like, you're like losing out on one of the best anime characters ever. Even Kishimoto didn't know how to take him out at the very end. He was like, I made him too OP. Like,
the own creator of Naruto.
He had to do some plot no jutsu shit. Like, just like, give everyone a power up, like. So, after that, you know, Naruto goes on, part 1 happens, and, you know, that's that. You don't know that Madara is even a fucking... If you're watching Naruto from the beginning, you don't even know Madara.
Yeah, you won't know him basically until, like, 3/4 of the show is over.
Yeah, right? And then you see Toby, who is in the Akatsuki, and he's got the orange mask and the spiky hair, and only after... I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but only after Sasuke fights Itachi and he takes Sasuke away, he reveals that he's Madara. And at that time, we don't know who Madara is, so when he's like a Madara Uchiha, the legendary Uchiha from the past, we've never seen him, we don't know what he looks like. So, like, I believed it for the longest time. I was like, he's Madara. I knew something was fucked up. I was like, he's super old. And he's alive somehow, like how, what's his name, Kakazu?
Yeah, yep, the immortal.
Like how he's immortal and shit. But you always thought it was Obito.
I did.
And you were right. I forgot really for a long time. I forgot all about Obito. And then when it happened, it was like one of the biggest, for me at least, like twist. I was like...
Yeah, I could not believe that at all. I love that part. Insane. Insanity.
So, Obito is Madara for a while, and you honestly think that it's him. Until, and we're getting into probably one of the most epic Madara parts, when he gets resurrected in the Great Ninja War at the end of Naruto. And that anime episode where he fights a whole army of shinobi, that's like in history as one of the best animated. I see it all the time.
Yeah, of course.
On YouTube and shit, like best hand-to-hand fight scenes. Like he fights a whole
army. Well, actually, to be honest,
with
like,
this taijutsu at
basically every single nation of Naruto.
Yeah, like a bunch of group of nations, different jutsus, like wind jutsu, fucking.
He fights every single nation's army.
Gaara tries to take a hit at him, he just dodges his shit. Like
Gaara didn't prove to be anything really against Madara. So if you really see Naruto and you know how OP Gaara was when he fought Naruto, you can understand this. Like it's just crazy.
I mean, like, and I remember that meme of the girl. Like, I never noticed before, but in that fight scene, there's, like, a woman in the background who, like, is holding up, like, a Japanese, like, prayer thing. And, like, 'cause she's so shook at the power of Madara, like, literally a god. And also at that point, we see what the Rinnegan can really do in the hands of, like, someone who actually... Because Pain, it was given to him. Like, yeah, he...
Wasn't it given to him by Madara or not? Pretty sure it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it was either him or... I might be wrong here. I'm just having a random memory that it's Orochimaru. But I feel like he would take that, so I think I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was...
I think it was Madara, right?
Yeah, because... well, actually, it might have been Toby, because...
How much older is he than Nagato, though? Pain. Because Jiraiya trains him when he's a legendary Sannin, when he's in the armor with Tsunade and Orochimaru. So I think that's before he trains Minato.
Doesn't he get Rinnegan when he's about to die, actually, Pain?
No, he gets it when he's a kid. He sees his family die, and he has it. But I don't think he can use it. And then when he sees Yagato die, I think he gets the statue comes up and connects to him.
That's the Ten Tails.
Oh yeah, the shell. So like we see him use it. He uses like Almighty Push, and like he makes one moon to drop on Naruto when he fights him. But we see Madara do two
during the Great War
at once. Like, oh man, that's such a great part.
So once you see the first one, and what's the guy's name? I'm not really too sure on this.
I can't pronounce. It's like Ohniki, Onoki or something.
Oh yeah, like Onoki. So he stops the first boulder, and then the clouds clear,
and you're like, oh, he got it. Like
he got it. He saved it. Oh, boom! Now, fuck it. We're wrong.
He goes, you forgot about the other one and shit like that. That's why I fuck with them. But this isn't even like the OP Madara point. I mean, he's already beyond OP. Like. And
he's a god already, but like now he becomes even more of a deity by
like you see what he can actually do, and you're like, damn,
yeah, for real.
And then he meets up with Obito, and you find out Obito is Obito because he's wearing the mask, and they have the 10 tails, and they're doing that. You also learn his backstory through Sasuke when he goes to the first Hokage, well, all the Hokages. And then he gets the Sage of the Six Powers, and that's probably my favorite version of Madara.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
My most nostalgic for Naruto, even though it's only a couple years ago. I mean, it's still fucking nostalgic. Like just seeing when I was reading the manga, just seeing Obito get it and being like that whole thing, like going through that and just being like damn, Obito just became a god and shit, and then. You see Madara do it, but he perfects it because he's Madara.
Because he's Madara.
He doesn't look all scaly. He just has the cloak and like he has the balls and everything, and like the shit he says too. Like when he lands down in front of Sakura and he's like, "The savior of the world has arrived." Like that's just some epic shit, man.
Another thing I like that he says is when he's talking to Obito about the ninja, the Mist Ninja.
Oh yeah.
And, and he basically tells Obito, he's like, you watched her die, didn't you?
And Obito's like realizing like what's happening and shit.
Yeah.
Like what Madara did, the lengths Madara went through just to control this motherfucker.
Which is really crazy, so...
Oh, I skipped over a good part though that I forgot.
I also wanted to mention where he bites Hashirama to resurrect himself.
So that's how cunning he is, man.
How smart this guy
like,
is.
right before he's gonna die, he's like, let me bite some flesh off because I need to send you DNA. Like, I'm gonna use it. Like, even then, like, I can't...
Almost compared to Itachi's arrogance, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, knowing that he was gonna be resurrected. Madara knew he was gonna get resurrected somehow, and he had that plan. And
he lived, I think he lived from that, too. And he was, he went in a cave, he went underground.
Yep.
He implanted the Senju cell, so he had the first...
So basically, he had the first Hokage's face.
That's the reason he was able to perfect Sage's six paths, because...
You need to be a sage.
You'd have to have both DNA from both clans. And when he was in his old age, he awakened the Rinnegan. So you're right. He awakens it, he's like, I'm about to die. I need this to keep going till I come back and snatch it. And like, so, it goes through so many people. He gives it to Pain, Nagato, and then Obito takes it back. Well, he takes one of them back. Does he take one of them?
Yeah, he does.
No, he takes both of them, but he puts the one in because he keeps his Sharingan. Clones it, implants it in all of the Jinchuriki. I think that's what they're called, all the tailed beasts.
Yep.
So they have a Sharingan and they have that. So he has the six paths of pain, but it's the tailed beasts. Like, so that's just like the cunning of him, like, and the fact that he was able to awaken the Rinnegan just on like
a near-death experience.
Near-death experience and like pure like just like talent. Like he's just that good and like that much of a genius. Like this is like an ocular jutsu that gods have. Like you mortals
literally a god.
Have this shit. So he gets Sage mode. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. So when Obito's about to die, I love this. Is one of my favorite parts. So he gets fucked up by Naruto and Sasuke, and then he's like he realizes his the error of his ways, and he's about to bring everyone back with reanimation jutsu. It's not called that. It's something else. And Madara is just like, you really think you're gonna do that? And he's like, you're just a tool, and he makes him revive Madara to the flesh. And when he comes back to life and he's like feels his heart and shit.
Oh my god.
I love that shit.
Favorite part. I can dance!
Yeah. Yeah, and like he gets like what's his name? Gara like shoots him with the sand bullets and he just takes them and he's like, yes, I can feel it.
Yeah, he's just
he loses an arm, takes Zetsu's arm, fucking just slaps it on. Like that's so crazy. And then he lands.
So in love with fucking just being resurrected.
Just feeling pain.
Yeah.
Because he's so bored, like. But when he lands too, and he's like, now it's time to put all of you tailed beasts on a leash. You know what I mean? So that happens, and then, like we said, he gets the Sage of the Six Paths power, and he's too OP. He's just absolutely too OP. Like, he cannot be fucking stopped. Like, it's just, like, insane. That's what he says.
So, when he has the dispute with Hashirama and turns and gives that rape face for the first time, he says, up until the time I achieved my true dream, which was the infinite Tsukiyomi.
And he says, I'm gonna battle you. I'm gonna keep fighting you until I achieve that. So, let's talk about infinite Tsukiyomi, because we haven't even talked about his grand... So his whole plan for peace is to just put everyone in a dream where they have whatever they want and it's a beautiful dream.
Their own heavens.
Their own heavens, but they're just like in a tree. Like they're just wrapped up hanging from a fucking tree. And like, honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, in the manga and in the anime, like Naruto talks like mad shit about like, just like that's not real and it's blah blah blah, but like,
if you really think about it,
it's not that bad. Like when you see them all go through it when he finally does it, and you're like, they're having a good time. But I guess like it's not real life. But like honestly, like I know like Naruto and Sasuke broke the chain of violence and like revenge and shit, and like I am not counting Boruto. Just
Yeah, true. I didn't really like Boruto.
It's not like I'm not like a purist. Like I do look at shit from it and I'm like, oh, that's interesting, but like it's not Kishimoto sitting there week by week writing this shit. It's like Dragon Ball Z Super. Like they just go to Akira Toriyama and are just like, is this cool that we do this? And he's like, yeah, it's fine, whatever, fuck it. He's like 70. He has so much money, he doesn't give a shit. But yeah, so like I know you think they make it seem like they achieve world peace, but like you can never achieve world peace. Because there's always going to be that motherfucker like MADARA
exactly
who comes
out there, yeah.
Like, just like, I'm going to fuck it all up. Like, Obito was, to a lesser extent, like a like a repeat of MADARA. I mean, everyone is, except Itachi, because he's like the best Uchiha who ever lived.
And if you really think about it, in Naruto, everyone that has a one-on-one battle, good and bad, is basically a reincarnation of Ashura and Indra.
Yeah. Like, it's the cycle of, like, two people who consider themselves brothers. It originally started with two brothers. But yeah, like, Naruto and Sasuke break that. And Kakashi and Obito, to an extent, are part of that, too. And Jiraiya and Orochimaru, they're just not Uchiha. Yeah. I mean, well, Obito was Uchiha. And Naruto's not even a Senju. I think the Uzumaki branched off from the Senju. Or some shit. Oh no. The first Hokage's wife was an Uzumaki.
Oh yeah.
And she originally had the Nine Tails. And I'm not sure if Madara kills her to take it out. You die if it gets pulled out of you. So I don't know if he kills his wife. That's actually, I gotta look that up. That's something I want to know. So now we're getting up to my favorite part to talk about. Fucking Guy versus Madara.
Guy versus Madara, an epic moment.
For people, like, there's a lot of people that watch Naruto and I feel like don't appreciate shit like that, or like they're in it just for like the epic fights and like, which is fine.
I'm really in it too, like you're saying, for the vibe of
like, if you're in this shit and you know these characters and you know their motivations and their emotions and how they react and shit, and you see certain things like this, like Rock Lee versus Gaara.
And their backstories, too, you know what I'm saying?
Right, and just, like, everything. Like,
if you really get into the show and you're really about it, and you understand, like, how painful and how much something hurts to do, you know? Like, you get it. Like, you'll understand. Like, the pain.
Like, we were just talking about the Hashirama versus Madara. Like, we think that's one of the best parts. Because, I mean, it's an epic fight and it's awesome, but, like, just the motivation behind each character.
Exactly.
And why they're doing it. It's not just like
really
good guy
inspiring.
versus bad guy. Like, I fucking love Dragon Ball Z and I'm not trying to shit on Dragon Ball Z, but like...
Without a doubt.
Who the fuck is Kid Buu? Like, it's just like... And who the fuck is Goku? Like, Vegeta's the only character who has like real like personality, and Gohan to an extent too.
Real evidence supporting
real, like,
where
he goes through shit and you see him change. Like, Goku's the same from even Dragon Ball.
Even in Super, kind of. Like,
they make him even more like he's like comedic relief.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm, like I said, not shitting on Dragon Ball Z. It's awesome. It's great for different reasons. It beats, like, I would never compare the two, but like, Naruto's better than Dragon Ball Z for a lot of reasons, and Dragon Ball Z is better than Naruto for a lot of reasons. But there's no motivation. Like I said, who's Kid Buu? Who's even Cell? Like, Cell's just an asshole. He's just like, I want to fight like people. Like that. I mean, that's cool. But fucking like Madara and his motivation and why he does it. You know exactly why he's doing it. Like, you know he's doing this because of pain, and like he's just like, not Pain the character, pain.
Yeah.
Like, internal pain. Like, he just fucking hates humanity and the world, and he's like, I can't take this shit. And he snaps, and like, it's just awesome. But let's get back to what we were saying with Guy.
Guy versus Madara.
Man, Guy is he's a joke. Like, he's powerful as fuck, but he's just taijutsu. I mean,
just taijutsu, hand to hand.
Him and Kasame are like neck and neck. Like, they're pretty equal. Like, when they fought. We've never seen Guy take on anyone else. But Kasame's not like that crazy powerful. Like,
nah, without a doubt. Nah.
Like, there's so many other characters in the Akatsuki that would have fucking killed Kasame in like one hit, like one move, and like, so you know that, and then like, everything's lost. Naruto's dying. Sasuke's dying, and you're like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Who's dying now? Like, who's gonna get fucking killed by Madara because he's just going around killing people? And fucking guy stands down, or he jumps down,
puts his foot down,
fucking says, time for the blue beast to become the red, no, the blue beast of Konoha to become the red beast. And reading that shit, that was the end of the manga chapter, because it came out weekly, I think it was like every Thursday. And just seeing that, and you know what's gonna happen, you're like, I'm about to see the 8 gates. Even Madara's like, the 8 gates, like, let's get it, like, I'm so excited. But yeah, that's one of the best, in my opinion, Naruto fights.
And when he does go 8 gates and bend space and time to do his final attack on Madara.
Just pure physical movement. Like, you showed me that picture where it's like Minato developed a jutsu, or he further developed a jutsu that made him warp space and time and teleport, and then it just shows Guy, and it says Guy did it by pure physical strength. Like yeah, he had the 8 gates, but that was in him. Like, his father, when he did the 8 gates, he
died.
He died. He couldn't even fight off all of the legendary swordsmen of the mist or whatever. Yep. But like, Guy is so fucking boss at taijutsu. I mean, Madara gives him props.
He literally
That's one of my favorite parts of Naruto.
He literally says, what's he say?
Well, first Guy's charging up, and you have to remember too, you never hear Madara say shit like this. When he goes, when he's like, I'll acknowledge this chakra of yours, he's like, okay.
Before we even get into that, so, like, you know, just by what we've been explaining, how OP Madara is.
Like a god. And at this point, he is the sage of 6 paths. He's a god.
He's a god, literally.
Like, literally. Like, he is immortal. He says, I'm eternal, I'm immortal. You cannot fucking stop me.
So when Guy goes and attacks him and fucks him up...
Like, fucks him up.
That is literally insanity. So, just using taijutsu alone, he almost kills Madara.
Almost, yeah. Even Madara's like, he's like, you bastard! You almost killed me. He's fucking half his body's gone. So Night fucking Guy, man. He warps space and time because he's so fast and there's so much power coming from his kick.
What about that dragon that forms around him?
Yeah, that's just pure chakra. Like, oh man. And like, it shows like the Naruto's all about the flashbacks. When epic shit's going down, and it shows flashbacks, and it shows him and his dad. And one of my favorite parts is they're walking by, Kakashi and his father walk by Guy and his father, and like, Guy's all scuffed up. He's been training all day, and like, Kakashi's a little jerk. He's a genius. So he's like, wow, like, they're so stupid because they're wearing like the green jumpsuits. And Kakashi's dad, like glances at Guy, and he's like, you better watch out for him, because that guy's going to be your best rival. He's going to be stronger than you one day. And that, like, shows Guy's hands and shit, and they're all fucked up. And he's like, you better learn his name, because you're going to be seeing a lot from him. Like, I love that. Like, Kakashi's dad, because he was, like, a great ninja. Like, he knew. He one glance, he's like, oh, yeah, like...
He's going to be that nig.
And then it just cuts to Kakashi being like, Dad, you were right about him, and like, he's about to hit Madara, man. That fucking Night Guy. And I really wish he died, though. I feel like that would have been so much more impactful if, like, I mean, yeah, he can never stand again, he's in a wheelchair, but like, if he died, that shit would have been crazy. I love what he says to Madara when he's lying there turning that, he's like, as a reward for such a great time, I'll kill you myself before you turn to ash. And he throws his fucking the truth seeker over about him. Naruto kicks that shit away.
So, right at that point, what we're talking about right now, Madara literally says, Guy, you're the strongest opponent I've ever fought.
In taijutsu.
And
he even gives him props. He says, I haven't felt this way since I fought Hashirama. So he's saying... It's Hashirama and Guy at that moment. I mean, when Naruto and Sasuke come in, it's different. But at that point, it's not even different because they have Sage Jutsu and they're OP as fuck too. Guy is just physically punching this motherfucker. And he's like killing him. Like, I can't. It's so epic. We're getting into Guy now. How can you not? So after that, we see the Limbo. Which is such a crazy fucking... When I saw that, I was like... bro, why are you writing him so powerful? Like, why did you just give him this jutsu? Like, cause he never had it before then. I mean, it was like hinted.
Yeah.
When he cause do you remember when Sasuke jumps at him and he stops him? And he walks to him with the sword?
Yeah.
He's like, I gave you ample enough time to do something. That was Limbo, but, you know, he could have just been stopping him. But when you see Limbo and then he has, like, 6 of himself just in another dimension, just doing whatever he fucking wants, and you can't touch him.
Whatever he wills, like, that's so insane. So that jutsu alone is just OP. Like,
if Sasuke never got the Rinne Sharingan,
they all died.
It's over. Like, he wins. Like, I can't. But, you know, he had to do Plot no Jutsu and give him that eye shit. And then, so that happens. They fight him. Oh, yeah, he spits out a gourd. And I can't remember what the other thing is. It's a gourd and it might be a kettle.
Like, yeah.
When he's flying, he's like, I feel heavy. He spits it out. That never went anywhere. Like, I thought they were going to use that.
Yeah.
I think they sealed someone in it. I can't remember, but...
They should have expanded on it a little bit more.
Yeah, but that shows his slight ignorance when he gets that powerful. He's like, fuck, I don't need... Like, if I did that, and I was like, that shit's important, like, I'm gonna, like, put that somewhere else.
Weren't those ingredients to the resurrection, basically?
I think it was something really important like that.
Yeah.
Like, you can use that to do something. So that happens, and then he flies up in the air, rips his shit off, gets the fucking Rinne Sharingan. That's one of my favorite parts too. It does Infinite Tsukiyomi.
Wait, what's that saying too? When he first rips it off, and he's like, oh yeah, he's like, illuminate the world.
Yeah, he's like
Infinite Tsukiyomi.
That's like when I saw that in the manga, I was like,
I literally got chills.
I was like, it's over. Like he did it. Like he did Infinite Tsukiyomi, and then he gets fucking murked by Kaguya. Black
Zetsu comes into the picture.
Gets him from behind again for the second time.
Second, yep.
Or it might even be...
No, it's second.
Second time, yeah. And then that's it for Madara. Until he gets spit back out. And he kind of has a happy ending. He kind of realizes...
that he was wrong.
I kind of wish, like, when he was dying and Hashirama's like... Let's, have a drink in heaven. He's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Like just still, like, I'll never stop hating you.
Pure hatred.
Right? Like, that would have been great. Like, because fuck Madara. I mean, he's the best, but, like, I don't feel like he should have got a happy ending. He was literally, like, on the wiki that I was looking at earlier today when I was, like, looking info on, like, one of his names. It's, like, Madara Uchiha, the ghost of Uchiha, and, the savior of this world. And, like, that's how he viewed himself.
This world.
Like, the shit he got into, excuse me, like, the way he shaped the world and how he controlled everything in Naruto, like, he's the catalyst, other than Black Zetsu, which goes even deeper.
Deeper.
Before Naruto, the death of his parents, what's his name? The QB, just the whole QB, like, story itself. Like, that was all
revolves around Madara.
Like, he told Obito, he, like, mentored Obito to go do that shit. He formed the Akatsuki, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think he did, right?
He did tell Obito, alright, so he said, Obito, basically...
because he needed all the tailed beasts.
Basically, when I'm gone and I'm dead, before I get resurrected, basically make this organization the Akatsuki.
Yeah, so we can gather all the tailed beasts and I can do Infinite Tsukiyomi. And, like, just seeing... Like, when I was starting Shippuden, like, I liked it, but I was like, man, like... And, like, I love Naruto. There's a lot of Naruto haters that don't like Shippuden. They, like, really don't like it. They think... For me, I'm not that critical of things. Especially if it's Naruto, which I think is extremely well written and, like, epic as fuck and, like, drawn beautifully, and it's, like, it's good.
Even thought out, like you're saying, just by, like, it's by the week.
It's thought, by the week he did this, and, like, I get it, like, the third Great Ninja War at the end is really drawn out, and, like, Naruto gets a power-up every couple chapters.
But you, like, gotta think, he's versing Madara.
Like, he's ending a 15-year-old series, and, like, I just think people get way too critical about.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, oh, I can't stand that shit. Like,
there's no appreciation there.
No, like, I will admit, like, I love simpler Naruto. Like, Naruto vs. Zabuza, where it's just, like, really simple jutsus and not, like, these crazy... But, like, when you see that, like, when you see Sasuke and Naruto do that double team where he throws the shuriken,
yeah,
and it's a shadow clone, and he pops up behind Zabuza, you see that and you're like, that shit was epic as fuck. And then you see them double team and do like a Susanoo and fucking Kuibi Chakra. You know what I mean? When they combined Rasen Shuriken and he puts a Materasu and an arrow through it. And fucking, you see that and you're like, same thing with when you see Naruto unleash the Nine Tails for the first time. That was the most epic shit ever.
Epic.
And him versus Pain. Like, just like imagine seeing that and then the next day being like, oh, like this is also what happens later on, and you see him versus Pain and go like 6 tails. Just like, I would have shit my pants.
I would have fucking cried. Like, I would have been so happy.
So what else about Madara? The voice actor in the Japanese anime is really good. Like, he just has that perfect mod, like exactly how I think because I hear all their, when I'm reading it, I hear it in Japanese. I don't know Japanese, but
I like the.
I don't hear it
also.
in English.
Yeah.
But the Madara voice actor is awesome. Like when he says Hashirama.
Yeah,
and
without
everything.
a doubt. They picked him perfectly.
Oh yeah. So I think that's about it about Madara. We rambled. I mean, we didn't make sense sometimes. This is our first one, but
first ever.
We knew we had to do it about Madara because
he's just amazing.
He's an inspiration.
Yeah, without a doubt, inspiration.
His full fucking his motivation to get shit done. So I guess we'll end it off with favorite Madara lines.
All right, so let me look something up real quick
because I know he's got a good one.
So when he's fighting Hashirama says, please, like, I basically, I don't want to kill you, Madara. And he replies with, are you implying that you can kill me at any time?
Right.
That is by far one of my favorites.
And it's funny, too, because my favorite is, like, literally right after that part. It might be before, no, I think it's after. And he's like, I don't want to do this. Like, what would your family think? He says something like that. Hashirama.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
He's like, your family wouldn't want this conflict, and Madara's just like, you know nothing of my, and like ... like, you know he means family, and like he just starts fucking charging up to Susanoo.
Another quote basically is right after that.
Right, that whole fucking thing is so crazy.
Where he's like, can't we just stop and be friends, Madara? And he's like, how long will you keep saying such juvenile things? Like that is
so savage.
That is just savagery if you really think how best of friends they were.
And like how far Madara like goes down and like just like starts hating everything. You know? So I think that's about does it. And
I think I want to end it off with another Madara quote.
You gotta end it off.
So he says, when a man learns to love, he must bear the risk of hatred.
That's why I fuck with Naruto, because it's like poetic. Like, I know it's like a manga and it's
definitely
for
poetic.
Like young boys and shit. But like, that motherfucker can write. I mean, at least the English translation, but like, you know, it's the same. And like I said, like you were saying before, like, the fact that he did it bi-weekly, and also that he went so in depth and like did this. But we'll have a lot more Naruto episodes. But this was just a starter.
Let us know how you like this.
Thank you for listening. I know we sound like a bunch of idiots, but we're just gonna keep doing this till I fucking die.
Without a doubt, man. Check everything out that we post. Thanks.
Thank you. Worship Broly.
The podcast you just heard was recorded with Anchor. If you want to make your own, download the Android or iOS app completely free from anchor.fm/podcast. That's anchor.fm/podcast.